What a performance from Olivia Philippart, bringing Stockholm Hearts somewhat back into the mix. An 8 from Jessica Springsteen, and then on a young, inexperienced 9-year-old, Olivia Philippart trying to keep that championship fight alive as my paper blows off the table. Jumps a very important and very necessary clear. Welcome back to GCTV. This is stage 10 of the Global Champions League season. We are live in the Port École here in Monaco tonight. And as it stands, boy, Sophie Hinnes and Kim Emmen, CanStars powered by the Iron Dames, are jumping their way back into the championship race. They are trying to leapfrog into second place. In fact, they're trying to leapfrog both the Doha Falcons and the Stockholm Hearts into first place. Let's show you those two rounds of the team that currently leads the CanStars powered by the Iron Dames. First up, Canturo and Sophie Hinnes, putting together a wonderful performance. No fears around a time penalty at this early stage as she negotiates this incredibly tight ring. This ring that can be described as a pinball machine. You get the feeling, you get the impression that fences come at you very, very quickly and from all directions. But it has been superbly dealt with here by Hinnes and by Canturo, who, by the way, is still just 9 years of age. Jumping very, very well, coming into the Global Champions triple combination, dealing with all three fences. Then all of a sudden, make sure that she starts preparing towards the back end of the track here. As Fredrik de Backer has pointed out, only 23 and 20 meters wide on either side of the ring. It just gives you the impression of how small this Monaco ring is. And until you physically see it, it's so difficult to try and understand just how tight things are. But here she is, keeping it clear, getting over that final fence and jumping superbly well. We caught up with Sophie Hinnes to get some reaction from her.
Sophie, Kim said to me earlier that the team this weekend were here to fight back, and what a start.
Yeah, Canturo jumped super, and also the horse from Kim was amazing. So we are very happy with 2 clear rounds already.
Talk to me about Canturo, though, because quite a young horse to be bringing here in this arena.
Yes, exactly. He's 9 years old. I have him for 1 year now, and he's very impressive. He's not so experienced on that level, but also with this facility, he did an amazing job.
Before going in today, did you feel like it was a bit of a gamble bringing him here?
I had a really good feeling yesterday already, and he also felt really good in the training at home. So I had quite a good feeling today. And yeah, since we know each other now for quite a bit, I had a very good feeling going into the arena.
Well, the feeling was correct. He was fantastic in there. Talk to me about round 2. Do you know the plan yet?
Yes, it's going to be Kim and me again for the team, but we both switch the horses. I will ride Sinclair in the second round. He's also only 9 years old, but he, yeah, the last shows he did already really good. So I hope that we can keep the clear rounds.
It's a strong one for the weekend for CanStars. Well done.
Thank you so much.
A big smile on the face of Sophie Hinnes, understandably so, jumping a beautiful clear. Kim Emmen and Island jumping clear as well. And then as Sophie gives us a little bit of team news, some updates for GCL round 2 to follow. CanStars, powered by the Iron Dames, hold on to the provisional lead. And in third place on the championship table, a very, very small difference between themselves in third, the Doha Falcons in second, and the Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M We Love Horses, in first. And all of a sudden, that championship battle that we spoke about a lot in the pre-studio starts to then become even more interesting. And bear in mind as well, as we said, the Stockholm Hearts jumping to 8 penalties a little bit earlier on. Jessica Springsteen and Naomi van der Keizershof having 2 fences down. And that opens up the doorway for the Doha Falcons, who will be coming shortly after the break, and for the CanStars that find themselves now on a double clear. Razorback International, powered by Kingsland Equestrian, have been slowly but steadily climbing the overall championship rankings. Here they come this weekend with Owen McMahon and Corness. That relationship still trying to find its feet. Hasn't been together for very long. And despite looking so good, a very late fault from McMahon saw him finish on 4. With Philip Schulze-Topov jumping Carla to a clear to keep Riesenbeck on just 4 penalties. We caught up with Schulze-Topov.
What a great start for Riesenbeck International. Just the unlucky last for Owen there.
Yeah, really unlucky. But first of all, I have to be lucky with my round. Carla was really relaxed and really cool in the ring. Yeah, I think we improved the last days a lot. She felt really good. Yeah, really unlucky with Owen. I think beautiful jumping. I didn't see everything for sure because I had to focus a little bit on my round. I think it was the last pole at the Oxa, but brilliant jumping, and yeah, I think we can have good hopes for the second round.
The team are in a good position at the moment, with the championship, but you've got no Kukuk here this weekend. How much weight is on your shoulders this weekend to carry the team?
I think if I share with Owen, we have all the weight on our shoulders. So, yeah, we have to bring a good result. Yeah, I think the first weekend without Christian in the team, yeah, it's something different, but we have to make the best out of it. And yeah, Owen and me, we try.
Have you got any contact with them? Are they talking to you at all? Do they give you any advice coming into the weekend?
Before the weekend, yeah, I've had a little training with Ludger last weekend. The first time actually at home at training. Yeah, I don't know if you see, but we changed a little bit and changed a few small things. And yeah, that's what I meant when I say we improved a little bit, and I think it got much better. Was because of the help from Ludger, I think. And yeah, I'm really thankful for that, and I hope that we can thank it with results.
Absolutely. One training session from Ludger and you're absolutely away. Good luck for round 2.
Thank you.
Philip Schulze-Topov telling us that he's been making a few tweaks with Ludger Bierbaum, and all of a sudden it seems to be working. Philip Schulze-Topov and Carla go on to jump clear and keep Riesebeck International within touching distance of the Kunststars and one fence in front of the Stockholm Hearts powered by H&M. With Doha Falcons to come, those are their closest rivals, and as it stands, Riesebeck still look very good for the second round. Now, what happens with Falcons White United? Well, they followed Kunststars. They were knowing that there were double clears in this course. Oliver Lazarus and Con Batago were the first out the ring. We're coming alongside John Whittaker and Unique Dufranc-Paul with the combination. We caught up with the South African Oliver Lazarus.
Oliver, in a weekend that Volkswagen United really needs some points, you guys delivered in the first round. Just an unlucky one down for you, though. Talk me through it.
Yeah, that's the great thing of being in a great team. You can rely on your partner, so John pulled out the bag today. Unfortunately, I had one down, but my horse, I think a hell of a lot of him. A bit of a green rail. The takeoff felt really good, so I was surprised. I just heard the rail when I was coming down, so I think along the side with the public, just a little green, but I can't. I'm super proud of him, and it's just so cool to produce another horse onto this level. Yeah.
Yeah, and particularly in this arena as well. It's not an easy arena to bring a young horse to.
No, well, that's the thing, and I thought, you know, this is all a process, like everyone always says, but yeah, I think a lot of him, I think he's going to be on the top end of the sport one day, so he's got to learn, and you've got to bring him to these places, big grass rings, small rings, everything, so I'm trying to give him a bit of diversity.
And to have John Whittaker on the team this weekend doing another sensational clear, I mean, he really is the veteran of this sport.
He is phenomenal. You know, it's so funny. I grew up watching Milton the Millionaire, tapes like on VCR, and he's been my favourite rider my whole life. He's a legend, and he's a hero, so it's just a pleasure to share a team with him, and of course he delivers as always. So.
Round 2 then, what's the plan?
Round 2, I'm going individual. Like I said, this is a lot for my horse, so I'm using it a bit, again, as a process, training him, physically getting stronger, so Edwina will take over, so Edwina and John should hopefully finish it off, and let's try and get us on the podium.
What a strong team. Good luck.
Thank you so much for having me. Cheers.
Riding alongside his hero, what a magical moment for Oliver Lazarus to jump alongside John Whittaker. And more 2 news there as well, with Edwin Tops Alexander coming in for round 2. Let's show you then Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M We Love Horses. They are the overall championship leaders now as it stands. And as we said, Jessica Springsteen jumping 8 penalties on Naomi, and Olivia Philipparts rather, jumping a wonderful clear to keep the team on 8 penalties. It was Springsteen inside the combination. They had the first fence going down, then tries to clean things up now, does Springsteen, the American, coming in with Naomi, still just 11 years of age, this grey. But unfortunately for her, there was another rail that was to fall. It wasn't just the 4 penalties. There was another one that fell, which was 8. We will come out of there as we get ready for the rest of the jumping to follow. That shows us the 8th penalty to fall. Now let's get ready for the Scandinavian Vikings. They are next in the ring as we continue with the action from Global Champions League Round 1 live from Monaco.
Does not compete within the next couple of weeks, and that stand-in is Jordi van Massenhoven, last year already a rider on Scandinavian Vikings. Now the trick is Van Massenhoven comes in with two inexperienced horses. He's alongside Nicolas Paul with their top horses, Arlo and Cas de Supplice. But Van Massenhoven, for example, this Conita HX, she's just 9 and never jumped a meter 55 class in her career. Jumped 2 meter 50s, one of them just last week in the Netherlands in Geesteren with 4 penalties. So she's not a high-scoring mare, but this is a difficult moment for Conita and Van Massenhoven to step up into that level. Good start. Bred by Stal Hendricks, the famous Hendricks family in the Netherlands. By Adel Said's former stallion, Ligino, out of a mare by Ustinov. Mother of this Conita actually jumped with Timothy Hendricks. The grandmother is Jessica Curtin's Audi's Bonita. First fence, and just 4 penalties still. So Conita, reference to the name of her grandmother. Effort comes out, and he really sets her up well. He doesn't just chase for the 5, he can set her up, she's got the stride, he can support her, and then it is 4 penalties. Jordi van Massenhoven with Conita H.
Jordi van Massenhoven jumps 4 penalties on Conita for the Scandinavian Vikings. Nicolas Paul, who we spoke about earlier on, being in sensational form with the Scandinavian Vikings, the new face leading them to a podium last weekend in Stockholm. And by the way, she jumped clear in the LGCT Grand Prix of Stockholm as well. So a lot expected from Nicolas Paul. Sign up for your GCTV Live Pass now. Come and join us, not just for the round of the Scandinavian Vikings, but for the rest of GCL Round 1 live from Monaco.